Yes, I'm wearing an eye patch. I've scratched my eye. But new fashion choices aside, this is a great stream because today we watched the creepiest ghost sighting videos on YouTube. That's right, we went back to the channel BizarreBub, a channel that compiles the creepiest and most scary ghost sighting videos from the internet. And I sit down and watch them to tell you whether I believe they are real or fake. And trust me, some of the real videos are absolutely terrifying. And some of the fake ones are hilariously bad. Either way, it makes for a brilliant stream. So if you do enjoy, please feel free to subscribe. There are plenty of scary compilations that I have not watched yet, and I will be watching them all live on my Twitch. And every single time I do, I will upload it to this channel. So if for whatever reason you can't catch the streams live, subbing means you will never miss them here. Anyways, all that being said, I hope you enjoy this stream.
The following video shows a child who's lying in bed with his father when something downright creepy is caught on camera.
Oh, and he's got that iPad. He's got that iPad with a little kid case.
Manifold grind.
I hung out with my family today, and one of my cousins, they've got kids, and they pulled out the little kid iPad. You know when they have like the case with the fucking huge rubber case with the handle. It's like, damn, they got that Puritan shit down. They got that iPad that kids go on. You know. God, I was outside of that era. I had a lovely, sleek leather case for my tablet when my first ever tablet, my Nexus 7 tablet. Asus Nexus 7 tablet that I had. I didn't have that case, you know? Either way, continue.
According to the father, both him and his son were the only ones home during the time of this recording, which makes this incident even more...
Yes?
I asked someone if they wanted milk with their flat white. In front of a whole queue of people. Anyways, enjoy your
That's
whole
rough. A
box.
flat white is just black coffee with milk in it. For those who missed it, Jack is wearing an eye patch because he scratched his cornea. Oh yeah, you should pin that. I feel like a lot of people are going to come in and go, why are you wearing an eye patch? It's probably a good shout. Thank you, mods.
Unsettling. At the start of the video, we can see both the father and son lying in bed.
Hello,
However,
Mr. Manifold.
seconds
Unrelated
later...
to eye patch, but I really recommend listening to the musician DJ O if you've never heard him.
I haven't. Not DJO. I can't say I have.
His son tells him that there's a scary friend by the door.
Scary friend?
Not sure how to respond.
Confusing.
The father looks intently at the door as his son repeats that there's a scary friend. What happens next has left him baffled. The father writes, "I was in bed with my son and we were the only ones home." This was their footage.
Scary friend. Scary friend.
Interesting. That is a bit weird. Why does he describe him as a friend, though? That's what's weird. Why is he calling him scary friend? You sure that's real? Well, that's the whole reason we watch these, to determine whether... I suppose I didn't give you the spiel I usually do. I watch these videos because I've kind of gotten into ghost hunting myself and the paranormal, and I've gotten quite fascinated with it over recent years. I've had a couple of my own experiences slightly involuntarily. And nowadays, I watch these to see whether I think each video is real or fake, because I think I've got a bit of a standard now. Oh. Where you going, little man? You've left the iPad on. What is he watching? Okay, door closed slightly. Not too crazy, but... Not too crazy by itself, because through drafts can cause that, but the light coming on beforehand after the kid goes, scary friend, is a bit weird.
Immediately after being told by his son that someone was outside the door, the hallway light turns on by itself. Then, as soon as both are out of the room, the door to the bathroom closes on its own. It was only after watching the video that the father had noticed this and was left even more disturbed. As with most viewers...
That is weird. I find that,
L plus ratio plus plundered plus no wenches plus marooned plus you have barnacles on your deck plus your crew is shit plus landlubber plus you have scurvy.
Your crew is shit. Fuck you, Pluto. That's funny. L plus ratio plus plundered plus no wenches plus marooned. I've just got an eye patch on. None of those things are true. My crew is the best. Also, Ninth Planet Live, you are my lead Twitch admin. You literally are the leader of the crew. You are the leader. You are the shit crew, bro. You picked half the rest of the crew. If the crew's shit, it's your fault that the crew's shit. I don't have scurvy. I eat plenty of oranges. You know, good thing. Also, Maxwell Sims and Cajun Phoenix Cos. Thank you for the tier 1 and the prime, respectively. Very well spent money. Very, very well spent. Still September, by the way. You know, these are the last few streams of September, so get those subs in while they're cheap.
OMG, Jack, you look like the German
Hey, some
Chancellor
gold.
now.
The German Chancellor? What? Olaf Scholz? He doesn't have an eye patch. I'm looking at him. He's just like a bald dude. I assume you're talking about the current Chancellor, right? And not... Yeah, whatever.
The father believes that something paranormal had occurred. But of course,
Sorry, I was talking about this. I got distracted. I find it weird when kids are involved and kids... Like, kids with imaginary friends is completely normal, but I do sometimes think... There's a lot of stories where a kid will be speaking to an imaginary friend, and then that imaginary friend will turn kind of weirdly sinister in a way you didn't think a kid could make up. And for him to go like scary friend near the door, whatever. But then for that a light to go on right where he's talking about having seen something unusual, and then for the door to go as well is, you know, could so easily be fake though. I mean, you've got to. This is a young kid, and you got to go to him. Okay, and then you go scary friend, and you point over there. It's like I don't know. I'm always a little bit. I like to think parents are better than to make their children pretend to see ghosts for viral videos. You know. But I mean, I suppose you can't. But like, you probably shouldn't give people that trust. But I do. So I'm kind of.
this is solely speculative, as not much info is given to determine what
Jack,
exactly
I
happened.
met my boyfriend because we're both huge fans
Oh,
of your
thank you.
content.
Thank you for the 24 months as well.
Manifolders have Riz Manifold love
Manifolders
too.
simply do have Riz. I have so much.
If
Anyway.
they were the only ones home when this happened, then who, or maybe even what, had turned on the light?
Or
and
maybe
closed the
even when.
Finding
bathroom
buried
door
treasure RN, but can't
until a
stop
follow-up
the
video is
Manifold
made to
grind.
explain this odd
Hey,
occurrence.
I feel you. I feel
it
that
seems
vibe.
that this question will remain unanswered. As always, what are your thoughts?
Cinco.
A man is woken up late at night after hearing strange noises inside his house. The source of the sound seems to be coming from downstairs, but naturally, the man hesitates to check out
Is
the
that one of those
noise.
weird, creepy rocking horses? It is. Oh my god. You don't have those. I don't understand people that have those. They're just intrinsically... Rocking is kind of the weird... Like, rocking things are already weird. You know, well, you know what it is? I feel like in ghost movies and paranormal media, even though this is probably a stereotype and not really a thing that happens.
Sailing the 7 seas, but can't stop that Jack
It's actually
Manifold
7 months.
grind.
Which is the same as the 7 of the seas that you're sailing. But thank you for the 7 months. Anyway, I don't know why people get rocking, because like in like ghost movies and shit, there's always like a chair that rocks by itself, and that's how you know that there's paranormal shit going on. And then to take something slightly creepy, like a slightly old weird horse, and attach it to that thing that can rock by itself when ghosts are around, I just think, it's unwise.
Marvin Caguas had recorded the following.
The stock image
Oh,
camera.
Jack, I have just
The Canon
started
AIS
moving, but
7D.
I cannot stop that Jack Manifold grind.
I think it's the Eleanor Neal camera.
Also, chat,
I think it's the camera
remember
she uses.
Twitch Prime.
Do remember Twitch Prime. I would greatly appreciate it. Pity me with Primes, please. I have an injury. Well, thank you for the 27 months. But either way, stock image camera.
video, and to this day, he has no idea as to what happened inside his home that night. Marvin wasn't sure if his housemate was trying to scare him, or if this
Well, if
was
he's got a
another strange
housemate, then now I'm a little bit more inclined to think probably.
occurrence, which often happens in his home. Little did he know that this wasn't a prank, but rather an occurrence that would leave him terrified. Along with this video, Marvin writes, "Strange things always happen in my house, and it's only now that I've tried to film some of these events."
Yeah, but that's a very simple backstory that you've went, If I say this has always been happening, it's more believable.
The following is the video he took.
Well, I didn't know Jacksepticeye had a sibling. Nice to meet you, Jack No Eye. I have an eye. Mine isn't septic though. Mine's scratched. He can be Jacksepticeye and I can be Jack Scratched Eye. Doesn't have the same ring, but we'll work on it. I'll ask.
Alvin. funny anymore, man.
This isn't funny anymore, man.
3 months.
I'm about to say, whose are the toys? Why do these two guys that just live together have toys? Do they play? Do these two roommates sit down and play sometimes? Is that their thing? I was so confused as to why there was toys. Why is he groaning? Because he's scared. Because it's not funny anymore, man. Listen.
Funny anymore, man.
It's not funny anymore, man.
Alvin.
Alvin! This is just Theodore. This is Theodore. We're watching Theodore's POV. That's why he's scared. He's timid. He's the scared one.
Shit ain't funny, man.
Shit ain't funny, man. What was that?
Shit ain't funny, man.
Okay. Oh, no. Is that like a door? I was just wondering what this little thing that pops up is. Whatever.
Alvin.
The garage? What is it pointing at? I actually... This does impede my vision a bit, I'm going to be honest. I'm not used to looking with just one eye. Is it swinging? Is the light swinging? What happened there? It's swinging? Okay.
As soon as Marvin heads back inside after checking the garage, a loud thump is heard inside the house. It isn't until seconds later that the light fixture is seen swing back and forth on its own, as though...
You say that the bump was above the light fixture, like on the second floor, then that...
someone had swung it lightly. And of course...
Oh, actually, no, there couldn't, that doesn't, the second floor doesn't go above that. Okay.
As anyone would, Marvin runs away and heads back to his room, where the video comes to an end. It goes without saying, but this incident has left him shook. It wasn't until noticing that his housemate was gone that he came to realize that this wasn't a prank, but rather one of many strange occurrences that have taken place in his home. However, as if what occurred that night wasn't chilling enough,
there's more!
Marvin had caught footage of something else that has left him even more disturbed.
I want to know that. I don't even know that. There it is, yeah.
What was supposed to be a video of him showing off a neat feature he discovered on his motion sensing gaming device.
Bro, just say the Xbox Connect. Everyone fucking knows what they... Oh my god. And his motion sensing gaming device. Just say the Connect, bro. Everyone's heard of it. All right, everyone knows what an Xbox is. You can say the Connect. You ain't... It literally even says it on the screen there. You ain't slick. Like, he's like, oh, no free promo for Xbox. Arguably one of the biggest gaming brands in the world. Come on now, bro. Motion sensing gaming device.
Turned out to be a video of something else entirely. Take a look.
Hey you guys, I just wanted to show you guys a pretty quick feature of the Xbox One and its Connect. It actually has a pretty cool night vision that I just found today. If you guys already know it has night vision, then I'm gonna show the people who don't know. So right now it's completely dark in this house right now. All you can basically see is my Xbox One controller. Now I'm gonna switch on the...
Oh, but now he's giving it promo. Also, I call bullshit on this. This feels staged as fuck. Guys, I just want to show you a cool feature with the night vision on this thing. I don't know if you know, it has night vision. Why would you feel the need to randomly just be like, oh, I need to make a video because I need to show people that the Xbox Connect actually has night vision. No one else on the internet has ever shown off the Connect and its features. I must show that off, and it's not because I have already made a video about my haunted house and I'm trying to come up with a convincing, in air quotes, way to do the second.
night vision for you guys. As you can see, it lights up the whole room. It's actually a pretty cool feature.
That's just his house, mate, obviously.
Whatnot. But you also have this version of the camera. I don't know what it is. I think it's either infrared or something like that. And then back to dark. As you can see, all you can see is my Xbox controller.
Yeah, that was
back to night vision. It's actually, you know, pretty cool feature for the Xbox Connect that I haven't really heard of until now. Maybe they have an app for it or something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching.
Right when
You are chatting utter shit, mate. That's so stupid. I was pretty sure that this one was fake because his acting isn't great when he goes, "It's not funny anymore, dude." This bit where when he's coming down the stairs and he goes,
Funny anymore, man.
That's such shit. I was like, that doesn't sound very real. That sounds like a guy making a video. But whatever. Maybe I'm just being too judgmental. And like, honestly, nothing in the video is like unbelievable. And if his friend's not there, then it is hard to explain. But this is utter bollocks. You're telling me he's like, oh yeah, I need to film this thing so people know. And then he shows off.
Now it's completely dark in this
right?
feature.
He shows off the feature. There is such an obvious figure that he himself doesn't spot. That is such an obvious guy in a hoodie. Like, you know.
I don't know if they have an app for this or whatnot.
What are you chatting? I don't know if they have an app for this. He's just waffling. He's fluent in Japanese. He's just yapping about nothing, just so you get distracted by this.
You also have this version of the camera.
And then he conveniently switches through to that version,
and then,
so that his friend.
All you can see is my Xbox controller, and then back to night vision.
There's no need to switch back to night vision other than to prove that the figure has disappeared. Like, for his video, he could show... He's also got this mode. Anyway, that's all, guys. Like, you know how he's like, oh, there's also this mode, like infrared or whatever? There was, like... He could have just left it there and goes, okay, that's all the modes. Bye, guys. But he feels the need, for some reason, to cycle back to night vision to show that there's no figure there anymore. You're completely lying! This is not even well staged. This is fake. This is absolutely fake. It's so obvious. Every single beat exists. Like, it's everything he does is so intentional. And that... Yeah, no. Why do you need it in the first place? Well, exactly. Who knows? Doesn't he know that lying is not... Exactly. Have you seen the priest exorcist? You mean the Pope's exorcist? But also no. Debunked. This is debunked. No, that he just... You wouldn't cycle back through it again. That was obviously his house. Nah, that's bullshit.
Pretty cool feature for the Xbox Connect that
So Air Lee, thank you for the gifted sub.
Until now, maybe they have an app for it or something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching.
I don't know what
right when Marvin turns off the lights and activates night vision mode on the sensor, two shadow-like figures can be seen manifesting behind him in what appears to be the kitchen.
Shut up.
The first one is seen moving about for just a few seconds before heading downwards and then disappearing, whereas the other shadow appears afterwards and vanishes soon after night vision mode is turned back on. It's obvious that he hadn't noticed this.
What about the fucking man in the hoodie that's there?
Until rewatching the footage. And, as you might expect...
It's the shadows aren't what threw me off. It was like the very obvious
the kitchen
figure here. Like, this is a bloke, is it not?
The first one is seen moving about for just a few seconds before heading downwards and then disappearing, whereas the other shadow appears afterwards and vanishes soon after night vision mode is turned back on.
I didn't even think about that.
It's obvious that he hadn't noticed this until rewatching the footage. And, as you might expect, it was after watching it that he couldn't help but think that something unexplainable was caught on camera.
Because even
now,
the
most
outline
viewers seem to believe that
isn't there after the camera comes back on.
A ghost or an entity of some kind was caught on film. But like with most
Xbox Connect that.
Yeah, there's not even like the rough shape of the figure that was there at that point.
Pretty cool feature.
Like there's a shape there that is completely gone.
Until camera, son playing a video. More evidence. It's up to you to conclude as to whether or not a ghost was caught on camera.
Completely fake.
Until more evidence or context is given on the situation.
Of fake better hauntings by accident. Yeah, it's really it was just him delivering those lines was so like he hasn't thought at all. Same as when he put like weird stuff happens all the time in my house. I've just started filming it to like make it sound like this has been happening for a while and like plenty more has happened off camera, so it isn't just like he's faked this one incident. Like, I already thought that was a bit skeptical. That was a bit like sus, but I thought, no. And then I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and then he literally went, guys, I want to show you this new feature on the Xbox Connect for no reason. Haha.
Marvin's case remains a mystery.
We'll try and continue on with the stream then. The Manifold grind must not stop. You know, so I'm going to try and continue. But yeah, that just... it was just weird. It happened to Foolish as well. Yeah. Fair enough. Anyway.
Don't got 1 million, but I got one. Treat yourself. Go buy a Freddo or something.
Thank you for the quid. Thank you for the quid. Just so you know, Foolish got the same donation minutes before you did. Hope being a millionaire was fun for a few minutes.
Just so you know, Foolish got the exact same donation minutes before you did.
It was, and then I felt instantly guilty because of the message attached to the million. But that didn't. I'll be honest. I'm feeling a little bit bad. So I'm gonna try and carry on and kind of move past it because I feel a bit guilty. So boys.
Something very unsettling
Oh,
is caught on
music. Oh.
tape. The father in question is known as Ernesto Espinoza, and he's been uploading videos of his family.
I might play Ghost Trick at one point. I have seen a few tweets about Ghost Trick, so I might look into it and give it
On his YouTube channel.
Why does he shout this? He only ever shouts out fourth wall. That was
video shows nothing more than a father who's enjoying the time he spends with his family. Two videos in particular stand out from the rest. Unlike the other videos, these two have shown something that has caused concern among viewers of his content. The first video was posted not too long ago, and what's captured in it is pretty creepy. Be sure to look closely.
No! Fortnite! Fortnite, no!
Ya suyo, ya.
No!
Ya la tienen ganada.
No, he isn't carrying enough meds. No, that is creepy. That's terrifying. Spider-Man.
Eso.
Oh, he got the Vic Roy.
Qué pro.
Sorry, I was watching the Fortnite gameplay.
¿No se oyó la canción?
I wasn't paying enough attention. I was actually watching the gameplay.
In case you missed it,
I did.
if you look closely at the pile of toys in the corner, a baby doll can be seen moving on its own.
Can it? Well, that's weird, yeah.
Ernesto
Holy
hadn't
shit.
noticed this until viewers had pointed this out.
Everyone should
Now,
try
though
to
this
make
video has
Jack
convinced
Manifold a happy man again.
If we all gang together, I will be a millionaire in no time.
most people that Ernesto's family is being haunted by something, it's the second video that is
That is weird, because I was truly just watching the Fortnite, and like, I feel like most people would just be watching the Fortnite. It like, I don't know. Also, it got like 10
caused
views,
the most
so.
concern. At the start of the clip, we can see his daughter dancing around in what appears to be the living room, when all of a sudden, something truly frightening is caught in the background. Take a look.
Oh, okay. Not yet. Oh my god. That's weird. That is very weird.
As the little girl dances around the room, a dark figure passes by quickly inside another room before the door shuts on its own.
That is weird.
Like the video before,
It's always with the shadow, like the shadow figures, they're always like inhumanly fast. It's weird.
to Ernesto that he and his family should leave the house immediately. Although he appreciates the concern, it seems that he won't be leaving anytime soon, given that there haven't been any more strange occurrences in his home. But until something like this happens again, it seems that Ernesto and his family will continue to carry on with their lives. The question still remains though, had something paranormal been caught on camera?
It is weird, the doll
was
moving by itself, because it's so in the corner and like out of your focus. It is weird.
Something else caught instead. The following video was suggested by Melanie M, who writes, "When I was a child, I used
Thank you. Thank you for the prime gardens of Eden.
to watch a lot of TV. I would usually watch whatever, including the commercials. Yet, there is one commercial that I still remember to this present day, and just thinking about it scares me. This advertisement was shown in Chile, where I was born, and when I first saw it, I immediately noticed something strange about it. Now it's worth mentioning that Melanie wasn't the only person who had noticed this, as someone else had posted a video of the strange commercial, and just like Melanie, they were left disturbed upon spotting what they believe is a ghost hidden in this advertisement.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. That's fascinating.
Now thankfully, I was able to find a better quality video of this commercial. I'll play the entire ad before showing where the supposed ghost is hidden. Okay. That being said, see if you can spot the apparition in this ad.
Wow, BizarreBub said no free promo. He even covered up the fucking logo.
On the window, a faint reflection of what appears to be a grim-looking face.
With an eye patch like me! That's me! Oh, wrong eye. Closely.
Can be seen midway through the commercial. It appears for only a few seconds before the scene changes and the face is no longer seen.
Now I'm gonna guess that's probably just someone behind the camera. It's a reflection to the right. Oh, it is true. I'd say it's probably just someone behind the camera. Come on, Bizarre. Don't lessen yourself to this, BizarreBub. That's silly. That's silly. It's just...
Now the face doesn't appear to have the same features as the woman sitting on the couch.
It's obviously not her, is it? Why? How would that work? She...
Just like Melanie to believe that a ghost was caught on camera. If no one else had been around, then whose face was this?
The person with the camera!
Perhaps this might have been a cameraman who accidentally recorded their own reflection. Whether ghost or not, one thing's for sure.
Mate. He even acknowledges it himself. How could you possibly be aware of that being a possible solution and think it's anything? I sometimes do not get bizarre, but sometimes the most obvious explanation is there and he'll even acknowledge it, but he'll still be like, but it could be a ghost. It's like, I genuinely believe in ghosts, but I will only believe in them when there is no other possible explanation. Because it's so much more likely that something else happened. Just...
The appearance of whatever this is pretty unsettling.
It's just a man. You are rude. That is just a fella, a bald man.
What do you think? If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video.
But you don't play them, BizarreBub, because I sent you mine, but that's fine. Whatever.
The following photo was submitted by Tona Putra, who writes, there was a family
in just a photo. I do like just photos. These were always interesting.
Indonesia who went to a cemetery to commemorate members of their family who have died. The family was at the cemetery for almost the entire day. During the evening time, before leaving the cemetery, they were taking a lot of photos. Most of them were just random, but when they got home, they noticed that one photo had caught something in it that was strange. The following is the picture the family had taken.
Oh yeah, that there. I'd imagine that's probably just a distant... Oh, actually, no, it doesn't look like a distant person. It is a bit weird.
According to Tono, the family had no clue as...
What about this guy? He doesn't have any pupils! Oh, you can't see it. My head is in the way. Let me, There it is. Sorry, hold on. There. It is weird. But also, what about my man with no pupils over here? I respect that's a little bit weird, but like also the camera's on a long exposure. That's why things are a bit blurry. But like I think we should really focus on this guy. He looks like the fucking Undertaker.
According to Tono, the family had no clue as to who this person was. They were the only one.
He stole the pupils. That's the pupils. They're over there.
there and were sure that whoever or whatever this was not one of them. Now, because this photo was taken at a cemetery, Tono believes that an entity was caught in the photograph. The family also thinks that something supernatural was caught in the photo. They believe that this may have been the ghost of a child whose own gravesite is at this cemetery. Although it's not clear as to who, or maybe even what this might have been, the picture has left them spooked. If the
I get being a bit creeped out. No one... Oh, he has... Where are his pupils?
family had been the only ones there, then who was this?
Okay.
On August 6th of 2016, a small channel had posted a video of two security guards who appear to be inside a school. The footage seems to have come from Argentina, given the language that is spoken by both men in the video.
Portuguese? Right? Don't they speak Portuguese in Argentina? Which, from what or is it Spanish? Okay, it's Spanish. No, I'm wrong. It's Spanish. In which case, they speak fucking Spanish they speak Spanish in a bunch of places. How would you know just from the language that it's Argentina? It appears to be Argentina because they're speaking Spanish. The dialect. Oh, okay. They have accents? All right.
They seem to be the only ones inside the school. However, in the video, one security guard tells the other that he can hear noises coming from down the hall. Although one of them is hesitant at first, they proceed to check out the noise. What happens then has left them spooked. This is what they caught.
Oh, cold means ghost.
Acá parece que hace más frío porque dice cuando hace frío que es por algo, digamos. ¿Dónde escuchas el boludo? Acá hay ruido en toda la escuela. Pero sí, boludo, ¿no escuchaste? ¿Ves escuchar? ¿Escuchás, boludo? ¿No escuchás? No nada, boludo. A ver. Ah, pues sí. Hay como una cortina ahí. Sí.
Unintelligible speech. Just get a translator. Well, they translated some bits, but so I assume. But it didn't sound unintelligible to me either. Sorry, my brain's a bit switched off. I'm now. I must admit, I'm not fully as on. You know, I was like 50-50 on ending stream, so I apologize if I'm not fully on it. But like, yeah, no. It feels like they're speaking clear enough that if you understood Spanish, you could understand what they're saying.
Sí, boludo, para mí que por allá. O ahí.
See, because he's translated some bits, so clearly he does have a translator.
Por acá era.
Whoa, I looked away for like 2 seconds. What?
Por acá era. ¿Viste eso?
I mean, it was pulled. It was pulled the way where if someone else was in there, it would have been pulled. So,
after panning the camera towards an empty classroom, we can see a chair that is strangely placed near the doorway. It isn't until seconds later that the chair moves on its own, causing both men to flee as far away from the site.
Someone just joined the stream. Their first message was "fuck you, Jack." It's the first time they ever typed in this stream.
The video's description claims that both men had encountered something paranormal, which appears to be the case. Although most viewers believe that something paranormal had occurred, a few believe that this might have been done with practical effects. Some believe that a string was used to pull this off.
He's never acknowledged that before, which makes me think that like this is obviously something people have debunked. He never acknowledges that.
Now, because
ever.
the guard didn't go inside the class to show that no one was hiding inside,
exactly,
it's hard to be sure if it's real or not.
Yeah, if you've
I'll
acknowledged
leave
it as
to
well,
you to decide as to whether or not something paranormal had occurred. Had both guards encountered something beyond explanation?
Probably not.
Or was this something else?
Probably. All right, BizarreBub. Let's have a look. I think. Let me do my ranking from most fake to least. I would say that the most obviously, like, definitely not a ghost one is the fucking face in the reflection that's just obviously a guy behind the camera. It's a really silly thing to suggest that this reflection could probably be a ghost. I have no idea why on earth anyone would suggest that. Then, as a very close second, this was almost first, but I thought this one isn't, at least this one didn't try to be fake. This one pissed me off more, but I guess oh my god, like in the smallest, like rarest case, this guy is just like the weirdest line deliverer of all time. This one on the Xbox is absolutely fake. So that's the least believable. This is the second least believable, but it's close because this is so obviously fake. Him being like, I just want to show you a feature on my Xbox and there's no other reason is complete bait. Then how many were there in this one? 6. What was 2? And then I'd say this, number 1 is probably the third. I'm pretty sure this is probably a string. The fact that they even spoke about it means it's probably a string. Like, I'm not very convinced by it. I'd say then 4th, least believable. So this is getting into like being a bit more believable now. Is probably, wait, I'm missing one. Yeah, probably number 2. It's not that I don't believe that this could be weird, but it's kind of a weirdly like exposed, like long exposure image that like everyone looks a bit weird. Like his eyes look a bit weird. Like I'm not saying this isn't a bit creepy. It is a bit weird. I can't tell you what it is, but it's a weird picture. Like I feel like jumping to the explanation that you caught a ghost is a bit like, I'm not saying it isn't, but I'm saying like I would like I believe in ghosts to a pretty heavy degree these days. But I wouldn't go, that was probably a ghost on something with this sort of level of uncertainty. Like, there's plenty of other explanations as well. So that one I'd say is 4th least believable. And these are now the 2 most believable, and I'd say these ones I potentially do believe. I'd say number 2
Family is being haunted
this one,
by something.
the guy where the doll moves by itself and then the door goes when he's filming the Fortnite, his like son's Fortnite wins. This is honestly like, he really doesn't
Family is
feel
being haunted by something.
file. Like to me, like I didn't even notice that. I feel like that's so subtle and it's so in the background, and he really does just film the win. I feel like that is like, to get like fucking 10 views on YouTube, that's so much effort to move that thing and film it that way, blah 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 blah. Like, that's a lot of effort. The only reason that makes this second most believable instead of first
When
is because
all of a sudden, something truly frightening is caught in the background.
Let's give it in a little bit more. The only reason I believe this one's slightly less is because this is mad. That's very full on, like but it's also not outside of, I think, doors closing. And honestly, I used to be really skeptical about shadow figures, but I've seen more and more. I've seen plenty of fake ones, but I've seen more and more that I'm like, I don't know, that was kind of weird. That like, and I'm like, even if I watch this frame by frame, I can. Let me have a look. Does the door just go, actually? No, it's kind of here. Like, this figure kind of shows up as the door is closing. It's just a bit weird. It's just a little bit weird. But, like, it moves really fast, just like how they do in other things. And then I'd say the most believable is Scary Friend Kid, Zumbo Sauce, who says Scary Friend. No, wait.
Was their and we were the only ones home. This was their footage.
He says Scary Friend. As he looks there, the light then comes on, and then as they get up, the door closes. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna flip my mind. I still, because I've thought about it, and like, as much as I think training the kid is a bit like, the kid to go Scary Friend is like weird. Like, it's difficult to get kids at that age to like do the thing you want them to on cue and stuff. But like, easily someone could be in that room and turn on a light, and then someone comes and pulls that door from the other side. Like, that's pretty easy. So I wouldn't say that, like, this... I don't think it is faked. I like to believe in the good of people and that someone wouldn't, like, put their kid up to that. But it could be. It could be pretty easily faked. But nothing too crazy happens either. So I'd say this is more believable than not, but could be faked. Ultimately, could be faked. Where with this one, with the moving doll, which I'm now swapping to number 1 spot, actually. The Fortnite win with the moving doll. I watched this full video.
Eso.
Like, he just films his kid getting a Fortnite win, and then he pans to him,
¿No se oye la canción?
and you see a doll move a little bit. Or, like, earlier on he pans to him, you see a doll move, I forget. But the point is, like, that's just so... Moving the doll by itself is actually relatively hard to fake, like, from that angle, because it's sat in a corner, so no one could be pulling a string from behind to lift it. You'd have to be pulling a string upwards if you were doing it with a string. And he hardly films it. It's like a lot of effort to go to hardly even show it in the video. That one definitely does feel weird to me. But the shadow definitely takes a couple of believability. That, like, the shadow's weird, but honestly still possibly more believable. It's harder to fake than this is. And I'd say they're about on par believability. So honestly, I think number 4 takes it for this one. But overall, like, I'd say, like, out of 6, I'm inclined to maybe believe 2. And I think absolutely that 3 of them are fake. And I think the picture is just too loose to really say anything about. So overall, we've had compilations where I genuinely believe more than I don't, but I think this one missed the mark on that this time for me. However, now with that being reviewed, with Scary Compilation 51 being officially under the Jet Manifold review, as most of the Scary compilations now have been. That's really loud. Guys, I'm going to call it. My eye's getting kind of tired. I want to take this eye patch off. And I can't really do that if I'm streaming because the light will fucking hurt really bad. And I'll be honest, it's been an emotionally turbulent stream. I've had to wear an eye patch the whole time, and then that whole thing happened, and I'm quite exhausted now. I know it's only been a short one, but I kind of figured it would be shorter anyway, because my sort of streaming endurance is down a bit with the eye patch thing. And then it's been a lot.